Hello everyone. Today we will be doing questions 1 through 8 on the module 2 of the digital SAT practice test number 1. Tilly earns P dollars for every W hours of work. Which expression represents the amount of money in dollars Tilly earns for 39 W hours of work? So we can just write P dollars for every W hours. And we have 39 W hours. So if we just multiply by 39 W hours of work, we see that hours cancel, and then our W cancels in the numerator and the denominator. And that leaves us with 39 P dollars. So that's option A. Moving on to number 2. For a training program, Juan rides his bike at an average rate of 5.7 minutes per mile. Which function M models the number of minutes it will take Juan to ride X miles at this rate? So we have an average rate of 5.7 minutes per mile, and we want the number of minutes it will take to ride X miles. So if we have 5.7 minutes per mile for 1 mile, and we want to ride X miles, and M of X is the number of minutes, then we have multiplying by X on both sides, M of X is equal to 5.7X, and that's equal to option D. Moving on to question 3, the solution to the given system of equations is x, y. What is the value of y? So we just want to find the answer or the solution to this system of equations. And we see a 3x and a negative 3x, so it would be very convenient to use elimination in this case. So if we add these two equations, we get that 3x minus 3x plus y is equal to 12 minus 6. So the 3x and the negative 3x cancel out, and that means that y is equal to 6, and that's all it's asking for. So that's option B. For number 4, we have an equation here, and it says, the equation gives the speed s in miles per hour of a certain car t seconds after it began to accelerate. What is the speed in miles per hour of the car 5 seconds after it began to accelerate? So we want the speed in miles per hour, and we know that's represented by s. And we want the speed 5 seconds afterwards, and t represents the number of seconds after it begins to accelerate. So that means that we can just substitute t equals 5, and we just want to find the value of s. So s is equal to 40 plus 3 times 5, so 40 plus 15, and then that means that s is equal to 55, which is option D. Moving on to question 5. For the right triangle shown, a equals 4, b equals 5, which expression represents the value of c? So first we can draw in our values. A is equal to 4, and b is equal to 5, and we want to find the value for c. Well, we can just use Pythagorean theorem because this is a right triangle. So we know that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So that means that 4 squared plus 5 squared is equal to c squared. However, we just want an expression for the value of c. So if we take the square root on both sides, we get that the square root of 4 squared plus 5 squared is equal to c. And this is equivalent to option D. Moving on to question 6. What is the solution to the given equation? 4x plus 5 equals 165. So if we rewrite the equation here, we can subtract 5 from both sides, and that gets us 4x is equal to 160. And then if we divide by 4 on both sides, we get that x is equal to 40. So that's the solution to the given equation. For number 7, we're given a graph here, and it says the x-intercept of the graph shown is x, 0. What is the value of x? So the x-intercept it's telling us is when y is equal to 0. So that'll be along the x-axis. And we know that there's only one point, and that's right between 6 and 8. So that's x equals 7. If you wanted to double check this, you could always find the expression for the parabola and plug in points, but that'll be much more confusing. The function f is defined by f of x equals 1/10 x minus 2. What is the y-intercept of the graph of y equals f of x in the xy plane? So we want the y-intercept, and that's when x is equal to 0. So if we have y equals 1/10 x minus 2, then we have y is equal to 1/10 times 0 minus 2. Well, 1/10 times 0 is just 0, so we can just ignore that. And we have that y equals -2. So we have the point x is 0, y is -2, and that's equal to option B. If you liked the video, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe.